Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Abby and today we are talking about the flip of last week's video. So we're talking about the plants that I cannot get enough of. So this is very much it's not a case of if this plant were to die, I would buy it again. Obviously that would happen. This is I could have 10 of these plants in my home. I love them so much. So we'll just get straight into the first one. The first one is a neon pothos. I absolutely adore neon pothos. I think the color of them, their vibrancy, they're such a happy plant, and they're very different to quite a lot of other plants out there. I know you can get like lemon lime plants like philodendrons and like other neon plants, but I feel like the neon pothos is inexpensive. It's so easy to grow. It can grow in lower lights, high lights, grows super long and can climb, but I prefer it to trail. But I mean, they hit all the spots. Like, I think they have to be my ultimate. I could fill the whole house with those. So another plant, which will not surprise you, is variegated monstera, but big ones, good ones. So we all know that I had a variegated monstera from Plant Lovers 2.5, 3 years ago. It just kept giving me small leaves, and I don't know what the difference is. I literally buy all my variegated monstera from the same place, from Plant Lovers EU, and my new ones, or the ones I've had for about 6 months now, are just another level. They're like just amazing. Like, the leaves are like this big. They're just so different. But yeah, I have 4 large ones, and still growing, like throughout the winter, giving me a leaf after leaf, and I want more. But I do want more, but I want more when I have the space. So at the moment, my husband's working on the underfloor heating downstairs, just in time for summer. And when we have underfloor heating downstairs, it's obviously going to be warmer. The ground will be warmer, although plants on the ground and baby, I don't know how well that works, but I think when I have the space, I'm going to fill my house with them. I'm going to get so many, and all my Abbey Bloom fund I'm building up is going towards more variegated monstera, I think. I just love them so much, like so much. I could get rid of all my plants, I think, and have them, I think. So the next one is a global green pothos. I love this. I think it's so subtly beautiful. It's like green on green variegation. You don't often see many of them in shops. You don't often, whether that's online or in person, you don't often see many on Instagram. I don't. They are inexpensive and very similar to the neon pothos as well. They can just grow and they're so cheap. And yeah, I just think they're really beautiful. So that is the third one on my list. The next one will be the last of this category, or this like species of plant, is the enjoy. I just love pothos. I think pothos is like my ultimate plant species. I think a lot of people are like philodendron, anthurium, monstera. Me, it's epipremnum and pothos. Just I love them just so much. So yeah, I could just have loads of those as well. I think the ones that I have especially are like really bushy. One of them has started really growing out from like the top of like the actual nursery pot part, so like the top of it, so it's getting even bushier at the top, not just growing at the lengths, which is really cool. Yeah, they just fill out a space, like the pop of green and white. I love that. I think that's why I love my variegated monstera as well, because they have so much to them, like the pattern of the variegation. It's just like quite a contrast against anything that you might have in your home, like whether you've got a cabinet like this or whether you've just got like a plain wall. I just love the way they look. So the next plant I could have a multiple of is the Hoya sunrise. So really beautiful, just so stunning. I have a 1-pot version of this, but they are 2 plants in one. There's really nothing to elaborate on other than the beauty of them. I would only have multiple if I had multiple like windowsill space, because I like the sunrise when they're sun stressed, so when they're red. When they're green, I think they're quite underwhelming, which is crazy because they're such a contrast to sunstressed and not. So yeah, the Sunrise and probably a few other sunstressed Hoya. I just think you can't have too many of them. The next one is a variegated syngonium. I now have 2 of them. I could have more. They're really inexpensive again, like for a full plant. I recently purchased, I'll grab this one. So I recently purchased this for my husband. This was £20 and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 growth points in here. So 5 plants technically in this, and yeah, I just think it's a really easy plant and it's just fun, you know? It gives you different kinds of variegation every time. Obviously there'll be like one of these plants will be highly variegated, the other will be lower, which is why it's giving me like a good mix, but always growing and super easy. I've never had a syngonium that's ever trailed, and they are trailing plants, so you see how it's kind of growing up, and then when the weight of it, like it gets too much, it will start to trail. I've started noticing my other is starting to trail, but I've kind of like got it on a trellis because it doesn't look natural. I know it is, but it just doesn't look like it should for that one. It just is a bit of a weird plant. But yeah, I'd have loads of these. I would happily buy more of these, and yeah, just really enjoy each and every one of them. For the last plant, I would have multiple versions of, and now I'm saying this list out loud, there's very clearly, apart from the monstera and Hoya, there's very clearly a pattern. And it's not technically an epipremnum, so I'm not lying, but it is the Philodendron Brazil. It's another trailing, easy, vibrant, variegated in colour plant, and I just find them so, if I have a move around, I find them the easiest to place. I find them the most beautiful as well, because I love the trailing look. I love trailing plants, but bushy trailing plants, and I think the variegation of them is beautiful because they've got like very vibrant, they're not neon, but they've got the very vibrant stripe down the middle. I would love a Rio. I think they're really, really beautiful, or a cream stripe, are they called? But I'm really happy with my Easy Brazil, and I'm really, really happy with my Brazil because I've had this plant before, as I've had many, and it didn't last, it rotted on me, and I'm glad I gave it another go. So yeah, I really love it. It's grown a lot for me over the last year. I didn't realise until I was looking back on this time last year, like when I was on maternity leave, and it was kind of just like a little plant at the top of my son's shelf, and now it's like reaching the bottom. I'm now having to kind of like wrap it round so he can't like reach it. So yeah, the Brazil, and yeah, I just think those plants can just give so much pop to your home. I just don't think you can go wrong with them. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and please tell me what your ultimate one plant would be that if you could only have one plant in your whole collection, just one plant, what would it be? And I'll have a think about it, and I'll get back to you. I think mine would be the variegated monstera, which is quite expensive, isn't it, to have so many of them, but I think it would be that. I'd be happy forever with multiple variegated monstera. And then second to that would be the neon pothos. So yeah, let me know what yours is down in the comments below, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.